Hey everybody, Travis Bowman here. Let's check out the Last Quarter Arcade. Now, this is a pinball slash video arcade slash video game store, and it's pretty close to my area actually here in Arkansas. This is in Malvern, Arkansas. This is a joint that's run by two of my good friends. We've got Jason and Cody. Now, if you're in a small town like I am, or in my case, a small state, you'll find that there's a really tight community of nerds, and these guys are definitely nerds. And they've kind of put their heads together to have an all in one type situation with the arcade and the video games for sale and the pinball machines. So I've bought and sold quite a few things to these guys, and I've known them for quite some time, so it's really cool to see them kind of put their heads together and have a storefront where people can come and play these arcade machines and play these pinball machines and purchase, buy, sell, trade video games. It's a really cool thing to see. And I just wanted to come in here with my camera and do a little walkthrough for those that might want to check it out. I believe their arcade slash pinball situation is a $12 fee, and that's for all day. You can play these machines all day long. And as you can see, we've got quite a bit to choose from. There's a lot of arcade machines that come from Jason. And the pinball machines, good God, man. These are incredible. And I'm not a pinball wizard by any means, but you can see he's got a ton of them here of all different varieties, different pop culture references there, Twilight Zone. This is incredible, man, to see all of this here, knowing that it just comes from Jason and his passion for these machines. Which brings me to my next point, is that he is a repair guy. He repairs these machines and restores them and puts them back to their original state, and that just blows my mind to have that kind of skill. But he's been doing this for quite some time, and you can tell that he's genuinely passionate about these machines. And I can't imagine, with all these teeny tiny parts, how much of a headache that must be if something goes wrong to fix them. But he's all about it, man, and more power to him. These are really, really cool machines, and I had a lot of fun messing around with these. So in addition to having arcade machines and pinball machines to play, we've also got quite a bit of video games to check out. And as we scroll through these pinball machines, you'll see me turn around here in a second, and we're going to go check out Bowman Games. So this is like a store within a store, and it's run by my friend Cody Bowman, and we're actually not related, if you can believe that. We've known each other for a long time, and he's a really good guy, and he's been buying and selling video games for as long as I've known him, probably even longer than that. Here's his little store inside of this arcade, and it's just a teeny tiny little place, but he's got a lot of cool stuff in here. And I think that's such a good idea, to have a combination of the two. You don't really see that, especially these days. And it's all retro stuff. He's got, controllers over there, the glass case with all sorts of stuff. He's got loose consoles for sale at really decent prices. There's a Sonic 2 complete in box. I saw that he had that, and so I definitely snagged that up because I'm trying to get a complete Sega Genesis Sonic collection going on there. We've got some of those robots. You'll see a clip of me getting my butt handed to me a little later on. So here's the additional room that's in Bowman Games. Now there are no games in here, really. This is strictly old school VHS. You've got a CRT up there up top, and this is like his extra room where we've got a lot of different things going on. Mostly a giant wall of VHS, some Blu-rays. We got some comics and some old books and stuff like that. Basically just nerd stuff that's not exactly video games, but I say that, and there's the Power Rangers Tiger handheld that I found in that room. So now we're back in the other room, and you can see all the games that he's got going on. Now, he's got a disc resurfacer machine, and he pretty much runs that whenever there's a scratch on the disc. So that's a really, really good thing that he does. You'll buy a game and you'll know that it's going to work because he tests everything, and he's going to run that resurfacer machine, and it's not the cheap one that you'll find at Game Exchange or anything like that. He put down some cash for that thing, so that's an extra that you can definitely buy with confidence when you're trying to find some used games like that. So here's a PSP 2000 for not a bad price at all, considering that it comes with the charger in the case. So we've got some games in here in the glass case, all sorts of different varieties. And like I said, I guarantee you if I come back here in a couple weeks, a lot of this inventory is going to be different. And there's the arcade and the pinball situation once the sun went down and those lights really started to pop. And I just wanted to take this shot because it looked really, really sick, man. This is throwing it back to those old school pinball arcade days there. So Jason also has a situation where he's selling some games and stuff too. He's a collector if I've ever seen it, man. You will sit at that counter and talk to him about all sorts of different things that he's into, and he's always interested in hearing what you're into as well. You know, like-minded individuals, right? But we started talking Sega Genesis, and then he whipped out a couple of games that were very, very expensive that I probably should not buy, and I didn't. I walked away from it. It was Splatterhouse 2 and Splatterhouse 3 in excellent condition, man. He really takes care of all of his stuff, and we've got some laser discs over there as well, which is not something you see very often, but he's always into buying, selling, trading laser discs. He's a laser disc guy, and you've got VHS over there as well. He's got behind the counter those boxes of various consoles, a massive collection of those console boxes, which is just really cool, really nice display piece. He's got a Master System complete in the box as well. This is all retro nostalgic stuff, man. When you walk in this store, you really get that vibe. Like you just kind of lose yourself in all this really cool, unique retro stuff. And like I said, they just opened, and I really, really believe in what they're doing. So here's Jason. He's the guy that runs the arcade portion of the store. And I want to mention that not only is he into arcades and pinball machines, but he's into restoring them, and that's his main forte, is repairing, restoring arcade machines. And we're not just talking about dusting them and making them look pretty again. He knows his stuff, man. He's recapping everything, and not just the arcade boards and stuff like that, but also the CRTs that are inside of those cabinets. And I can't even imagine what it's like to try to restore a pinball machine, because all of them are unique in their own way. So that's got to take a lot of patience, and I think he's the guy to do it for sure. But all of these arcade machines are his. He's collected them over the years, and it's really impressive to see. I'm really, really excited for these guys to really get out there and try to do something for the community. And there's a local Facebook group that we're a part of, and they've been involved in it for quite some time. So in addition to all of the arcade machines and stuff like that, you can see we've got the counter, and that's the place, man. That's the place to hang out, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So I'm playing the Legend of Zelda games on the Philips CDI. And that's the real cool part about this store, man, is that Jason is into the unique and the weird, and this is both of those things. That controller that I'm holding, if you're unfamiliar with the Philips CDI, that's a very rare and expensive controller. And holding it, it's awful. It's an awful controller, and it feels very cheap, very plasticky. But that's besides the point. It was just a cool experience, and I think that's a number one selling point for a place like this. This isn't a big corporate store. This is two guys that are just really passionate about this stuff. It's about the experience. When you walk in here, you're going to have a good time reminiscing about things that you used to play as a kid, and you're guaranteed to make some good friends here too, and that's a big plus in my opinion. So I just wanted to do a walkthrough, really, to show off the last quarter arcade and Bowman Games, because I really believe in what these guys are doing, and we don't see enough of this stuff anymore. We've got Game Exchange, there's Retro Ricks and Conway, and that's pretty much it, unless you're talking GameStop, and nobody wants to talk GameStop. We need more stuff like this. So big thanks to Jason and to Cody for letting me film in there and hang out for a little while. I'll put links in the description. Cody actually sells stuff on eBay. You can check out that and the link in the description below if you want to check out his store. Like I said, he's got good prices and good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video walkthrough the last quarter arcade in Bowman Games. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.